Hi guys! Welcome to this video. Sa video na ito, mag-start tayo ng panibagong series about the normal distribution. So this will be a mini-series, no? And all of them are related to the normal distribution, z-scores, percentiles, and other standard scores. Okay? So dito sa video na ito, mag-start muna tayo with defining, no? Or understanding the different characteristics of the normal distribution before we learn how to utilize z-scores, how to understand percentiles, and other standard scores. So tingnan muna natin, ano nga ba yung mga characteristics ng normal distribution? According to various references, in a normally distributed data, it is shaped like para siyang bell-shaped na curve. Kaya nga minsan yung normal distribution, tinatawag din siya na bell curve. Yan. Bell curve o kaya bell-shaped curve. Yan. And sa bell curve na ito, it is believed that the mean, the median, and the mode, as you can see in the first bullet, the mean, the median, and the mode, what we call the three measures of central tendency are all located sa center or doon sa gitna ng ating distribution. So, saan ba natin ilolocate yung center ng curve? Well, yan yun, yan yung gitna, and it is believed na yung tatlo, yung mean, median, and mode, ay lahat nandyan sa spot na yan, sa gitna. So, in real-life situations, if you will get a normally distributed data at kung hindi man sila lahat nasa gitna, at least magkakalapit sila. For example, baka may mga slight differences lang. For example, 24, tapos yung isa ay 25, tapos yung isa ay 23.6, but still magkakalapit sila, so malapit pa rin doon sa characteristic ng normal distribution. Pero kung malaki yung discrepancy, malaki yung differences ni mean, ni median, at mode, magkakalayo talaga sila, then that is one sign na hindi normally distributed yung data natin. For example, what if yung mean mo ay, for example, yung mean mo ay nandito, o kaya naman nandito sa kabilang dulo, So, hindi niya na nasusunod yung characteristic na dapat sila ay nasa center or nasa gitna ng bell curve. Okay? The next characteristic is that the bell curve is symmetrical. Ibig sabihin, yung nasa left portion ay equal sa kung ano yung nasa right portion. In other words, yan ay parehong 50%. Yan. So, yung buong curve, nakakover niya yung 100%, but since symmetrical nga siya, pag hinati yan sa gitna, the left side and the right side are symmetrical. Pareho silang tig 50%. Yan. And aside from that, the third characteristic is that most test takers' score are close to average. And in the normal distribution, ang average ay located in the center of the curve or the middle of the distribution. So, yung average, sabi nga natin kanina, yung mean ay nandito sa gitna. Okay? So, kung isipin natin na bawat isang red na bilog ay tao, makikita natin mas maraming tao sa gitna kaysa sa gilid. Kasi mas maraming nakakakuha ng mean or ng average score at konti lang yung malayo sa mean. So ano bang ibig sabihin kapag yung score mo ay located sa left tail o kaya naman sa right tail? Kapag sa left tail, pag malapit ka sa left tail, it means that your score is low. Kapag malapit ka naman sa right tail, it means that your score is high. Say for example, IQ or mental ability, most students according to the normal curve will get a score, o kaya naman if this is an exam, a grade that is average or katamtaman. Of course, there will be few students, konti lang yung red dot dito, mas flat yung curve dito, will get a high score, and at the same time, few students will get a low score. Yan. Yun nga, in relation to that, those who scored low scores, are located close to the left tail. Kapag high scores naman, close to the right tail. And finally, the last characteristic of the normal distribution we will discuss is that it is not skewed, or ibig sabihin hindi siya tabingi. Kasi kapag tabingi distribution, it looks like this. Yung nasa left side at yung nasa right side, compare it to the one in the middle, wherein sa gitna, makikita natin na yung mean, median, and mode, all of them are in the middle. Kung hindi man sila equal, they're close to each other. Pero sa skewed distribution, for example, positively skewed, the mode, the median, and the mean are no longer located in the same location in the curve, no? Naglalayo-layo na sila. And same goes for negatively skewed. Ngayong napag-usapan na natin yung normal distribution, it's time for us to discuss, no? Ano naman yung characteristic ng skewed distribution? Unahin natin yung tinatawag natin na positively skewed distribution. And sa positively skewed, kaya siya tinawag na positively skewed kasi titingnan mo kung nasan yung tail, and yung tail niya ay nasa right side. And remember, in the normal curve, no, we say that the right side is positive, the left side is negative or mababa. Yung right side, yun yung mataas. So kung nasan yung tail niya, yun yung tawag sa skewness niya, no? So this is positively skewed for the tail is located, no, sa right side. Nandito siya. Yan. Anyway, no, kung makikita natin sa ating illustration dito, no, the mode is on the left side, no? Yung median ay nasa gitna while yung mean ay nasa right side. So, kung makikita natin, no, kung lalagyan natin yan ng mga bilog tulad dun sa illustration kanina, mas marami tayong mga bilog na ma-fit in doon sa left side ng curve kaysa sa right side. If one circle represents a person, it means mas marami dito compared dito. Yan. So, remember, no, from our discussion earlier that yung nasa left side ng curve ay low score, samantalang yung nasa right side ng curve ay high score. So, how can we now apply this to this? Ibig sabihin, ito yung low score, ito yung high. No? So, or somewhere here, no, makikita rin natin yung average, no? But, sige, for now, let's just talk about low and high. So, masasabi natin dito is that karamihan ng mga bilog, which represents people, no, or persons, ay makikita sa left side doon sa low kaysa sa right. So, in the context, for example, of educational testing and psychological testing, no, yan, sa assessment, kapag mas maraming score na mababa, it means that the test is hard or difficult. Yan yung isang sign na mahirap yung test kapag maraming bagsak. Okay? Yan. So, makikita natin, no, ang daming low scorer on this left side, tapos konti lang yung high scorer. Okay, now anyway, this time pag-usapan natin, which of the two is the correct interpretation? Is it correct to say that the mode is greater than the median and the median is greater than the mean? Or is it more correct to say that the mean is greater than the median while the median is greater than the mode, no? Well, the correct answer here is, eto, no, the mean is greater than the median while the median is greater than the mode, no? So that corresponds to letter B. Yan. So bakit? Usually students will tell me that they think yung greater, no, or greatest sa kanilang tatlo ay mode because nasa tuktok daw siya, no? Samantalang yung mean ay yung pinaka-smallest kasi siya ay nasa pinaka-babang side. But remember in our discussion that kung ano yung nasa right side, yun yung mas mataas na score. So kung ano yung nasa pinaka-right, yun yung greater. For example, if this is an exam, no, ang mode natin ay 3, maraming naka 3 over 30, maraming mababa yung grades. Yung median natin ay 10, yung mean natin ay 14 kasi may mga nakakuha ng mataas tapos nahatak nila yung mean. Yan, no? So what we can learn from this example is that sa skewed distribution, the mean will always be the one that is closest to the tail. Okay? Yung mean ay yung pinakamalapit sa buntot. While yung mode, yung pinakamalayo sa buntot, samantalang yung median, no, lagi siyang nasa gitna. Kahit normal or skewed distribution, siya lagi napapagitnaan ni mean at ni mode. Yan, okay? So now let's take a look at the other type of skewed distribution, the negatively skewed one. And as you can see, no, parang baliktad yung situation if we're going to divide it like this. tas kunyari ito yung low, ito yung high, masasabi natin na mas maraming tao, no? Mas bulky itong high kesa yung low. So usually, we obtain a negatively skewed distribution if the test is easy. Kaya marami nakakakuha ng high score. Yan. And the correct interpretation this time, no, is letter A, no? The mode is greater than the median, no? While the median is greater than the mean. Kasi nga, kung ano yung nasa pinaka-right side, yun yung pinaka-mataas, no? So, tingnan natin. So, sobrang dali niya magpa-test. 98 ang mode, no? Yun yung pinaka-commonly recurring number. Tapos, yung median is 92, while yung mean is 85. So, once again, the mean is the one that is closest to the tail, while the mode is the one na pinakamalayo sa tail. Yan. Median palaging nasa gitna. Right. So, yung mean, kaya siya close sa tail kasi nga nai-influence siya ng mga extreme values. No? Kahit marami pa nakakuha ng mataas, kung may low scorer, nahahatak pa rin niya yung mean. That's why some would prefer to report the median instead of the mean in situations na skewed or tabingi yung distribution. Okay, there you go. Sige. And now, no, let's apply the standard deviation. No? I-apply natin yung learning natin, no, about the mean and the standard deviation in the normal curve. So, yung ating makikita dito sa baba ng curve is that may nakalagay na 0. Tapos may makikita tayong plus 1 sigma, plus 2, plus 3, plus 4 sigma. Ito naman, negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, negative 4. So, ano pong ibig sabihin yan? Well, like what I told you earlier, yung gitna, no, it is where the mean x bar or the mu is located. So, anong ibig sabihin ng plus 1 sigma na yan? So, lagyan natin ng arrow, no? Well, ibig sabihin kasi niyan is nag-jump ka ng isang standard deviation. But since it's positive and visually nasa right side siya ng curve, no? Remember, right positive, left negative, no? Kung z-score man ito. Since nag-jump tayo ng one line to the right, ang tawag natin dyan is 1 standard dev above the mean. So, kung mag-jump tayo ng dalawang line to the right, ito na yung 2 standard dev above. Do you get it? No? So, every time mag-jump tayo ng line, we say that nadadagdagan na naman ng standard dev above the mean. Okay, later I will show you another example. Ngayon naman, paano kung ganito yung situation? What if may arrow going to the left, no? Since, as you can see, no, negative 1 sigma, ito. It means, no, 1 standard dev below the mean. So, this is 2 standard dev below the mean, while this is 3 standard dev below the mean, and this is 4 standard deviation below the mean. So, now, let's apply this. For now, no, let me show you the complete kung paano nga ba siya basahin. Well, the m, no, sometimes it can be x bar, sometimes it can be mu as well. Okay, so ganyan ang pagbasa sa mga symbols na nasa normal curve natin. 1 standard dev above, 2 standard dev above, and so on. Okay? Anyway, no? Now let me show you an example. What if the given is mean 30 with a standard deviation of 5? How are we supposed to plot it in the normal curve? Well, we always start with the mean, and our mean ay 30. So, yung 30, ilalagay mo siya sa gitna. Tapos, para ma-complete mo yung, unahin natin yung 1 standard dev above, no? Since the standard deviation is 5, ang gagawin mo is, mag-a-add ka ng 5. The answer is 35. So, paano naman since 2 standard deviation above, no? Mag-add ka na naman ng another 5, and same with this, no? Mag-add ka ng another 5. That's why, respectively, for the 2 standard dev above, we'll get 40, kasi 30 plus 5 plus 5, while for the 3 standard dev above, 30 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5. Okay? So, ito yung visual na paraan ng pagkukumpleto ng curve, no? Paano naman kung papunta sa left, no? Paano kung 1 standard deviation below the mean? Well, minus 5, diba? 30 minus 5, 25, and so on. Minus 5, 20, and minus 5, 15. So now let's take a look at some practice questions, no? The student's score is 2 standard dev above the mean. This is the given. No? What will be his score? So 2 standard dev above the mean. So 1, 2, no? Or 30 plus 5 plus 5, no? That will be 40. What about if a student's score is 1 standard dev below the mean, then his score is, so once SD below the mean, isang guhit no to the left, that will be 25. All right. So now let's take a look at some more questions, no? In order for you to be considered average, your score should fall between blank and blank, no? Well, the answer here is dapat kasi 1 standard deviation above and below. So ito yung standard, no? 1 standard dev above and below. So in this case, this will be 25 to 35. Yan yung tinuturing natin na average, no? According to multiple references, including the book of Levin and Fox, Elementary Statistics for Social Sciences, if I'm correct with the title. And then another question is this, no? In order for you to be considered significantly different, meaning kakaiba, far from the mean, yun yung ibig niya sabihin, you should be blank standard deviations away from the mean. Pag ginamit yung term na away, it means it can be above or below. It's a generic term, no? Kung above or below, no? Yan. So, ilang standard dev ka above or below the mean for you to be considered na away, no, from the mean? The answer is 2. Ibig sabihin, if you're 2 standard dev below the mean, tapos yung score mo at nandito nagfo-fall, no? At least 2, no? Pwede rin namang, yun kasi yung baseline. Siyempre, kapag 3 standard dev and 4 standard dev below the mean, mas lalo ka pang kakaiba. Pero the baseline is negative 2. Kapag positive, it's positive 2 standard dev above the mean, no? So, yung mga nandyan sa mga sinishade kong area, sobrang layo na nila from their peers or their classmates, their average, yung mga ka-age nila, no? Ganun sila kalayo. That's why we consider them significantly different. For example, what if you have a classmate in grade 6, no? Tapos sobrang tangkad niya compared sa inyo. Eh di napakataas ng height niya, ng individual score niya compared sa mga height ninyo, di ba? So he or she is significantly taller or significantly different. So now let's just close the discussion with a sample problem. For example, University X created their own entrance exam with a mean of 500 and a standard deviation of 100. Determine the following, no? So some students prefer na isulat na lang sa curve, or some students gusto nila problem solving. So gagawin natin pareho. Well, like I told you, we start with the mean. Tapos, since the standard dev is 100, pag papunta sa right, mag-add tayo ng tigwa 100, no? So, this will be 600, this will be 700, this will be 800. Pag papunta sa left, magdededuct tayo ng 100. Yan. So, basically, nasagutan na natin lahat ng problem, pero papakita ko rin paano siya sinusolve by hand, no? For example, what is the score that is 1 standard dev? Maganda nag-highlight kayo or nag-underline. 1 standard dev, tapos the keyword is above, no? So, this is how I usually solve it. Lagay mo yung mean, 500, plus standard deviation niya, 100, no? The standard dev. Tapos kung ilang standard dev daw, so 1 lang naman multiplied by 1, kahit wala na yung multiplied by 1, equals 500 plus 100 equals 600. Tama ba? Double check. Tama. Yan. What about 2 standard dev above the mean? So, same approach, 500 plus 100, which is the standard dev. Tapos, ilang standard dev daw above ang hinahanap? 2. So, multiplied by 2 equals 500 plus 200 equals 700. So, double check. Same. What about 1 standard dev below the mean? No? So, 500, kapag below, we use minus, we use subtraction, no? Tapos, remember, tingnan, ilan yung hinahanap? 1 lang naman eh. So, plus 100. Oh, sorry. Sabi ko nga lang ay dapat subtraction, no? So, minus 100 multiplied by 1. So, that will be 500 minus 400. 500 minus 100, is equal to 400. Double check. Same. 1 standard dev below the mean. And finally, 2 standard dev below. So, 500 minus 100. Tapos 2 daw yung hinahanap. Is equal to 500 minus 200 is equal to 300. Same. So that is it for this short introductory video on the normal distribution. I hope to see you next time for the next part, which is about C-scores and percentiles. Thank you for watching. See you next time.